Police officers accused of domestic violence making evidence disappear. Okay, welcome back. This is a case study. This is an article from 2021. So, police officers accused of domestic abuse have been accused of making witness statements vanish to help clear their names, an investigation can reveal. Women who have reported their partners who are serving officers to the police for domestic abuse told this newspaper they have experienced corruption behind the scenes when forces are left to investigate their own. A charity has warned where evidence has gone missing, officers have accessed the force computer system to look through files on their investigation, and women being told their partner will not be investigated because it will bring the force into disrepute. The revelations come as the Victims Commissioner of England and Wales has called for a change in procedure which would prevent forces from investigating one of their officers for allegations of domestic abuse, with a neighbouring force taking it on instead. Clearly there are far more good officers than bad, but it is plain that many abuses aren't being dealt with properly. One woman told this newspaper that it felt like the police were on his side as soon as she reported that her partner, a serving officer at Sussex Police, had physically abused her. It's like they are marking their own homework, the woman said. During a conversation with the detective inspector handling my complaint, he told me that someone higher up the chain said, "No, let's treat this as if he is a member of the public." The DI couldn't understand my shock when I told him that it was terrifying that they were considering treating him differently because he was a police officer. And the article goes on, at the heart of some of these cases is a form of corruption behind the scenes. There are inadequacies and evidence goes missing. The investigators know the suspects and the witnesses. Some women have been disciplined and arrested. In multiple ways, there are accounts of the police family closing around to protect the suspect. So, Noga Ofer from the Centre for Women's Justice had said the centre had dealt with cases where a female officer was called into a meeting with her line manager and told it would bring the force into disrepute to investigate her partner, who was also a serving police officer. In another case, a woman's statement, which she knew had been given to her partner, later vanished. That's the statement later vanished. While another woman tried to move away from her abusive partner, but he could access her DVLA, those are driving license records, to find out where she was. The article goes on, so policing often relies on the confidence of victims, the confidence to come forward to report and to support prosecutions to bring offenders to justice. But there are serious concerns about how police forces handle and investigate their own staff when they are accused of domestic abuse and other serious offences. So this investigation is partly done by the Bureau of Investigative Journalism, and they know of hundreds of reports of domestic abuse are made against serving police officers every year, but the number who face criminal action or misconduct hearings is far, far too small. In total, the Bureau uncovered nearly 700 reports of domestic abuse by police officers in the 3 years to 2018, averaging more than 4 a week. Less than 1 in 10 resulted in a dismissal or warning. Only 3.9 resulted in a conviction, that's compared with 6.2% among the general public, which is deeply unsatisfactory. So there are recommendations. Unless there's a very good reason, when an allegation is made against an officer, he should immediately be sent to a neighbouring force to investigate, independent enough to do a proper investigation and near enough to facilitate local services support for the complainant. Needless to say, there is the case of Wayne Couzens, who was a serving police officer who had a record that wasn't really challenged. He had a record of being odd and abusive, and he was eventually caught for the murder of a young woman. So there you are, there you have it. The question is, who are you going to call in these kinds of situations? If you can't call the police, or if you're connected to the police, then your options are severely limited. Just because somebody's wearing the uniform doesn't mean they're the trustworthy type. Therefore, be skeptical and be careful. Thank you for tuning in. Please do like and subscribe. And of course, if you or a loved one are experiencing legal troubles yourself, I hope you found this channel and video useful, and the very best of luck. Thanks.